On page 144, okay, this is one type of problem to compute how much mortgage is affordable, okay, and this formula, okay, is given. This is called a total expense ratio, okay. So I'm going to ask a volunteer to read this top part on this page, okay, also including this paragraph as well, okay. Then we'll look at the specific questions, okay. Whose turn? Kathleen?
How can Brian know what he and his family could afford? How do lending institutions know what mortgages they can offer with confidence that the mortgages will be repaid? Lenders estimate an individual's ability to pay using mathematical formulas. One example is the total expense ratio. One total expense ratio calculation states that a mortgage payment should be less than 36% of borrower's monthly gross income minus monthly housing expenses minus monthly loan payments.
All right, thanks, okay. So, total expense ratio formula is telling us, okay, if you have, you know, what is your monthly income, okay, also you know some other expenses, okay, and how much money you can set aside to be your monthly what? Payment, okay, to be your monthly, you know how much you can pay for each month for your house mortgage, okay. So, what does this formula tell us? It says 36% of the borrower's what? Monthly gross income, okay, minus monthly or monthly, okay, because mortgages are monthly, okay. Housing expenses include what? Property tax, homeowner insurance, means HOA, you know, homeowner association, some fees like that, okay. Also subtract by what? Some other loans. If you have a car loan, you have a student loans, and the other loans, credit card, debit, or debt, or something like that, okay. So let's look at this specific question, okay. Brian and his wife Judy, okay, work and have a combined gross income of $65,000 per year. This is annual income, okay. They estimate the property tax on their condo will be $1,200, okay, and insurance should be about $900 per year, okay. Brian takes the bus to work, but Judy has a car payment of $200 per month. Pay attention to the unit in time, okay? They're both still paying off their student loans for a combined of $700 per month. Using the total expense ratio formula, calculate the monthly mortgage payment that they could afford, okay? They can afford. So how? 36% of their monthly gross income. What is a monthly gross income? This is the annual income, right? So I would say $65,000 divided by what? 12. That's monthly income times by what? 0.36, right? Because it's a 36% of their monthly income, right? Minus what? Minus, we're applying the formula. Monthly housing expenses. What are the housing expenses in this question? $1,200 insurance. And what? Tax, $1,200. And what? Insurance, $900 per year, right? So it should be what? Monthly expense. So what do we do? Add up the 1,200 by what? 900, that's a total annual expense divided by what? 12. And keep on minus what? Some other monthly what? Loans, okay? What other loans does he have in months? Car payment, what? Combined student loan, 700, right? So what do you do? Minus the sum of all of those loans, right? Okay, so compute this thing. Okay, make sure we follow the order of operations. Do this division times by 0.36. What do you have here? You can write it down. Okay. What we get is, I don't know what is that, okay? And minus the sum divided by 12, what is it? And subtract by 900. Okay, eventually what do you get? Please do it. we know this is the division give us the 5416.67 times 0.06 minus this is 2100 divided by 12 minus 900. So eventually, what is your answer then? Anyone get an answer? $875. Okay, so that means, okay, so for this couple, they could set aside just $875 on their what? House mortgage. That's what they can afford each month to pay for a house. Okay. All right, so I was just to show us this question 1, apply the formula. In your homework assignments, you will see, use the 36%, this total expense ratio to compute how much then that this person can afford a house. Apply that, okay? All right, so this is a question 1, okay, on page 144, okay? Now let's turn to page 145. Using Excel to determine the present value, okay, this PV function, okay, I'm going to ask a volunteer to read this top paragraph, everything above the question 1, okay, all of these above question 1. Whose turn? Irma?
Let's assume that Brian and Julie chose the 30-year fixed rate mortgage at 4.25%. We know that Brian and Julie can afford a monthly mortgage payment of $875. Excel uses this information in what is called the present value, PV, function to calculate the mortgage value their monthly payment would finance. Excel's PV function operates much like the payment or PMT function into any cell type. Equals PV, monthly interest rate, number of payments, amount of payment. For Brian and Julie, we'll type equals PV 0.0425 divided by 12, and then 30 times 12, subtract 875.
Yeah, okay. Excel then?
Excel then tells us that Brian and Julie can afford a mortgage up to $177,867.26.
Okay, very good, thanks, okay? So this function, PV function, PV, what does PV mean? Present value. When do we use this function? If we know each month some people can afford how much, and then this function will tell us, presently, how much of the total sum of mortgage we can borrow from the bank. Just like this couple problem, okay? Now they know how much they can afford each month, okay? And how much of the amount, the total amount of mortgage they could borrow from the bank, okay? So what they do is use this PV function, okay? Set up the PV function is very similar to very similar to the PMT function. It also it says equals PV. Inside the parentheses, there are 3 parameters. Monthly rate, same thing, use any rate divided by 12. Number of payments over 30 years in this question, 12 times by 30, 30 times by 12. Well, here, the third parameter we have to pay attention is what? We do not have a total mortgage right now. We only have what? Amount of payment, small amount each month. We know this. So we'll say negative $875, okay, in this question. Then use PV. It will give us what? The total mortgage presently, okay, at present, okay. So I'm not going to type in this in the Excel. You can try, but once you type in this in your Excel, you will get what? 177,867.26. Okay, so that means this couple could afford a mortgage up to this much, okay, this amount. All right, so let's try question 1. Okay, let's try question 1. Determine the mortgage amount Brian and Julie can afford if they choose a 15-year mortgage with a fixed rate of 3.5%. Mortgage amount, this means what? Still, we're looking for the total, okay, the present mortgage amount. If they can afford to choose a 15-year mortgage with a fixed rate of 3.5%. So what is a monthly affordable amount of money for them? Still $875, right? But this time, equal PV, okay? They are choosing the 15 years mortgage, okay, with a lower rate. So 0.035, that's the rate, divided by 12, okay, or slash 12 is a way, okay. And this is the monthly rate. What is the total number of the mortgage? 15 years this time, right? 12 times by 15, comma, and it's still negative 875. That's a monthly payment. Okay, so if we type in this, okay, if we type in this in Excel, it will give us what? The present mortgage amount. But you may ask question, are we allowed to use computer, in an exam? No. So how can you figure out what is the PV of this? We have a shortcut. Let's turn to page 146. It's given, the answer is given. See, in this table on page 146, this column gives us the PMT functions, and then this column gives us the result corresponds to each of the PMT function, right? And then, now this question we're using PV, right? So can you tell what is the answer for our PV function in this kind of question? Check. Which rate are we using? Are we using a 15-year mortgage? Yeah. Let's see. Let's find this. Okay, let's find this in the table. 0.035 divided by 12. 15 times by 12, negative 875. Have you found it anywhere?
$22,397.
Oh, it's not here. It is here, right? So, 122.397.73. So you don't have to worry about it in your exam. Am I able to know the answer? Yes, the answer will be given to you. Okay. So now you can check from the table in a book when you do the calculations. In this section, check it. It's here. Okay. And then I believe for the previous section 10, okay, for the previous section 10, we also have that table, I believe. Where is that table then? It is somewhere. Oh, section 10 is a credit card, okay, so we don't have to worry about that, okay? So mortgage, this is a first time we encounter this, okay? Okay, so it is here, okay, so 122, I would say here. Let's write down. 122,379.73. Okay, and then for question, it is here, right? How much will they pay interest for this, that? So this is question A. I kind of write on a wrong spot. Yeah, this is the right spot. Okay, this is the right spot. Question A and B are asking, how much will they pay in interest for the 15-year mortgage? How do you compute this? What is this monthly payment? Just like the question we did before. Each month pays for this, right? For what? 12 months, and then for 15 years. This will be the total amount of money they pays for. However, they only borrow for how much? 122,397.73. So this result will be what? The interest that they pay for this 15-year mortgage. Does that make sense, guys? Yeah, from the Excel, okay, from the PV function, we get the mortgage they borrowed, okay, they borrowed. Then from this calculation, we get in total what? The payment they pay over 15 years. Total payment minus the money they borrow will be the interest they pay. Anyone? That's Cassidy?
$35,102.27.
Okay, $35,102.27. Everybody get the same answer? Well, question B. How much will they pay in interest for a 30-year mortgage? How to do this question? Very similar to the question A, right? 875, that's each month. 12 months. For how many years? 30 years. This is the overall payment. So, what is a mortgage they can borrow for a 30-year payment? Remember from the previous question, when they have a 30-year option, this is the amount of money they borrow, right? They could borrow, okay? So I would say 177,867.26. Have you got an answer?
$137,132.74.
Yes. 132, okay, and 74 cents. Now let's compare. Okay, let's compare the difference. If we pay for the mortgage in 15 years, this is the total amount of interest we should pay for. 35K, right? If we pay for the interest in what? 30 years. Overall, we'll have to pay for what? 137K. This is much more than what? The 15-year option. So from this question, what do we learn? If you're going to buy a house, they give you the option 15 years, 20 years, and 30 years, okay? So a lot of people choose the 30 year because for 30 years, each month you pay less, actually, okay? However, overall, we pay much more than the 15-year mortgage. Why? Because 15 years mortgage, even if each month you pay more, but in overall, you only pay for those many of years. 30 years, double of the amount of the time. Okay, so the option for us is the lesser the time, the less interest overall we will pay. Okay, but it really depends. Okay, because not everyone can pay for that amount of money for a 15-year option. Because even if the life is, time is shorter for 15 years option, but each month you have to pay for more. Okay, so for a lot of people they can only afford a 30 years option. Okay, but it depends on people. Okay, depends on. Okay.